Hello everyone. So right now we will have another method on how to rationalize the denominator. In our previous video, we explained one of the methods in rationalizing the denominator, and that is by multiplying the denominator by itself. Here, our denominator is actually a binomial with radicals. So how do we rationalize the denominator when it is actually a binomial with radicals? So we have here another method in how we could rationalize it, and that is using the conjugate method. All right, in the first video where we had, our method was to multiply the denominator by itself, and we explained it there. So if you want to go and review it, so it's the previous video. So right now we will discuss how we could rationalize the denominator when it is a binomial with radicals, and what we will use is the strategy we use is the conjugate method. So when the denominator has two terms and at least one contains a radical, we will multiply it by the conjugate. All right, so take note, the denominator has it has two terms, so it's a binomial, right? And it has a radical in it, and we will multiply it by its conjugate. So what do you mean by multiplying it with its conjugate? The conjugate is the same two terms, but with the opposite sign between them. So remember, we will multiply it by the conjugate, and the conjugate is actually just the same terms. So if the term is 3x, you also multiply it with 3x, but opposite in sign. So that means you multiply it by negative 3x. So that's the conjugate. So you have to multiply it with the conjugate, or the same value with opposite sign. So why this works? Why will this work? Why is it that when we multiply it with the conjugate, we will eliminate the radical? Why is it that so? So we have here, for example, right? So we have here, so this is the fraction. The fraction has a plus b. We will multiply it with the conjugate, a minus b. You know what happens when we multiply it with its conjugate? It becomes like this: a squared minus b squared. So if it contains a square root, squaring it would actually remove the radical sign. So that is the reason why we have to multiply it with its conjugate. Let's have an example here to illustrate this. So we have a binomial denominator. Here, we need to rationalize this one, 5 over 2 plus the square root of 3. Look at the denominator. There are two terms there, 2 and the square root of 3. There are two terms, 2 plus the square root of 3. So how can we rationalize this kind of denominator with two terms? Well, in this case, apply the conjugate of the denominator. First, you identify what's the conjugate of the denominator. Remember the conjugate? It's a negative sign, okay? So if the denominator, if this is the denominator, 2 plus the square root of 3, the conjugate is 2 minus the square root of 3. Okay, take note. The denominator is 2 plus square root of 3, and the conjugate is 2 minus square root of 3. Look at the two, they're actually the same, right? But opposite in sign. So that's the key. You just multiply it with the same value, but opposite in sign. So if you have 2 plus, the other one must be, the conjugate must be 2 minus. So what happens if you multiply it with 2 minus? Let's do it here. So remember, we are given with this, right? This is the given one. So we will multiply now by 2 minus square root of 3. Remember, you multiply the numerator and the denominator, both parts. So we multiply the numerator with the same amount in the denominator. So what happens now? So we will multiply the numerator, it will be this, right? 5 times 2 minus square root of 3. And the denominator would be something like this, 2 plus and 2 minus. Now we can simplify the numerator, all right? So we have 2 times the square root of 3, right? 2 times, okay, so if we look at the numerator, we have 5 times 2 times the square root of 3. We can multiply 5 and 2, it will give us 10. And then we can multiply 5 and square root of 3, so it would be minus 5 square root of 3. So this is what happens to the numerator, right? We simply distribute 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times negative square root of 3 is negative 5 square root of 3. So that is the numerator. What happens to the denominator? When we multiply this, what happens? When we multiply that, it becomes this. Right? It becomes a squared minus b squared. And what is a? Where a is actually 2. Right? And what is b? b is square root of 3. So it would be a squared, so that would be 2 squared minus, what is b? Square root of 3. Square root of 3 squared. So 2 squared is 4. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3. So square root of 3 multiplied by itself is 3, right? So it gets rid of the radical sign. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So the denominator is now equal to 1. So after multiplying the denominator with its conjugate, it becomes now just 1. Right? Because it transforms into this part here where a squared minus b squared. And we know that a is 2 and b is the square root of 3. So if we substitute it there, it becomes 4 minus 3 or 1. And then we combine the numerator and the denominator. So we have here the numerator divided by the denominator. And the answer is this. It's 10 minus 5 times the square root of 3. So that would be our final answer, rationalizing the denominator. If you can see in here, it's not a fraction anymore. So we're perfect, right? So we got rid of the radical sign in the denominator of the fraction. All right. So we might have another video about rationalizing a denominator, method number 3. All right. If you want to learn another method, follow me and watch the next video. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.